Hello, my name is Ash, a counselor in training. This is my Relatable study podcast for individuals who need help studying for their NCE, CPCE, and other related counseling exams. I'm going to go through many questions from multiple resources and make the answers relatable to both you and me. So get your listening ears on and let's get studying. What is normalization, specifically for disability rights? Normalization is the principle for advocating for equal access and opportunities for all individuals with disabilities in everyday life, and it emphasizes the rights of individuals with disabilities to participate fully in society, thus enhances their independence and quality of life. There are many organizations that advocate for normalization for disability individuals, and I would recommend doing more research about this and looking into those different organizations. The trait and factor approach asserts that A. Job selection is a long-term development process. B. Testing is an important part of the counseling process. C. A counselor can match the correct person with the appropriate job. D. B and C. The answer is D, B, and C. The trait and factor approach asserts that testing is an important part of the counseling process, and a counselor can match the correct person with the appropriate job. The trait and factor approach is the career counseling works, matching individuals with their workplace or environment. The traits are unique qualities for individuals, including their interests, strengths, and limitations, whereas the factors are the works of the environment, which include tasks, pay, performance, opportunity, and achievement. Utilizing a test is an important part of the counseling process to help counselors match individuals with an appropriate job specifically for them. What is the normalization process? Normalization refers to an experience or interaction that is being made normal by labeling it commonplace and interpreting it as an ordinary way, and letting individuals know that they are not the only ones experiencing this. And the normalization process also helps individuals with disabilities to help integrate them into mainstream society with acceptance and inclusion. This is utilized with a variety of individuals, specifically with disabilities and individuals with mental health issues. And through counseling, there are different types of approaches we can use, such as coping strategies, CBT, improved relationships, self-empowerment, and communication skills. How is consent obtained from a client whose mental facilities are compromised? A. Obtain consent from the client regardless of their present condition. B. Obtain consent from the client after they calm down. C. Obtain consent from the client's next of kin. D. Obtain consent from the client regardless of mental status. The answer is C. Obtain consent from the client's next of kin is how consent is obtained from a client whose mental facilities are compromised. This can be referring to Alzheimer's or Parkinson's disease, autism, so on and so forth. Obtaining consent from the next of kin helps with these individuals who may not be able to speak for themselves so that they are able to get the help they need. What is normative data? Normative data is the standardized data that is used as a reference point for interpreting various test scores and gathers information from a population of interest that will establish the baseline of a distribution for the results of that particular population. That is all 5 questions for this episode. Thank you for listening. Keep calm and study on.